Okay, so today we're talking about why motivation doesn't work. It will lead you nowhere, you won't make any progress in your life, and why you need to completely rewire your brain to follow another system, which we will talk about here. So, why does motivation not work? So, motivation is essentially emotion based, okay? So maybe you see a cool Instagram reel, maybe you watch a movie and it inspires you. It could be a million different emotional triggers. Maybe you listen to a song and you get pumped up, right? And the problem with emotions is they're fleeting, right? You might feel happy 1 minute and then something happens and you feel sad or angry, right? And that's very up and down. And the problem with emotion-based thinking and emotion-based logic is it's not consistent. It doesn't follow a pattern. It's kind of you're blowing in the wind whichever way you react to, okay? So motivation doesn't work because primarily of the core of the emotion that you feel. Another reason why it doesn't work is that they're simply short-term boosts, right? So you might watch a YouTube video, an Instagram reel, listen to a podcast, or someone says something to you and you get really pumped up, right? And how long does that last? Think about it, right? Like, there's a lot of memes online where you, like, at 2 a.m. you feel all of a sudden like doing 50 push-ups and getting your life together. And the problem with this is short-term doesn't build long-term results, right? So you can't just feel like, yeah, I'm gonna get my shit together. Yeah, but not right now. I'll do it tomorrow, right? And so short-term boosts and emotion aren't long-term. They don't build off of each other. They're just an up and down type of thing that gets you nowhere, okay? So another problem with motivation is that it's very inconsistent, okay? So what happens when you're running on 4 hours of sleep, you didn't eat any breakfast or lunch, someone said something that triggered you, and, you know, a laundry list of issues. Your dog died, this happened. With emotion and these short-term issues, it's very inconsistent. So if you don't feel like it, you won't do it. And the problem with that is that a lot of days you will not feel like doing whatever it is. So for me, at least 50% of the time, probably more like 60 or 70 if I'm being completely honest, I don't feel like going to the fucking gym. Like, I'm tired after work, maybe I didn't eat that great, you know, I want to just lay in bed, but it's not about the motivation or the emotion. It's about something completely different, okay? So the inconsistency here will really throw you off because you won't actually see any progress because you don't stack on emotion, okay? And another thing is there's no clear structure, right? So when you feel motivated to do something, it's just like a ethereal, like, cloud of an idea. Like, yeah, I want to be like this person or this movie star or this role model, right? And maybe you don't really have a clear structure to get there. And so with, you know, following to your emotions and the short-term boosts and that being inconsistent and having no clear structure, can you see how you're just going to run in circles and be on a hamster wheel? So motivation is good, it does help, but it's more like a spark. It's not like a continuous flame that burns through something, okay? So what you need to realize is the emotion stuff isn't what's going to get you there, okay? That should be pretty clear. It's more about the discipline cycle. It's about building discipline and building habits, the things that are not sexy, not exciting, they're painful, they're boring, but they give you tremendous, insane benefits in the long run, especially the longer you stick to something. So the discipline cycle is essentially daily action, okay? So you say, I am going to go to the gym every day. That's your action. you start to see progress, and progress becomes visible. Maybe you see, the little bicep vein coming out. Maybe you see, you step on the scale and you lose weight if you're overweight. You gain weight if you're really skinny, right? And you start to see something, and that helps, that pushes you, and that is motivational. That is more than motivational. That's like a drive, right? Real results is not just the little dopamine hit. It's more like a stronger feel of something real and tangible. And then with that, you gain momentum, okay? So you have the discipline to do this daily action. You start to see visible progress. Motivation kicks in from there, and also momentum. And so you spin up and you build on this cycle, right? Maybe you start by going to the gym for 10 minutes, or working on your business for 1 hour a day, and then you start to see results, and then you do 20 minutes in the gym a day and 2 hours on your business a day, right? Where at the first it's very, very difficult to start this. That's the thing. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object in rest, not going anywhere, tends to stay at rest. And so you build this momentum, this wheel. At first it's painful, but then you start to get literally addicted to hard work and getting actual results, okay? So that's the discipline cycle. You need to replace that with motivation. Yes, there is a tiny bit of this, right? This is like 25% of the equation. Over here, you're just trying to focus on, you just feel motivated and you burn out, okay? So that's great, but how do you actually build discipline? That's the $1 million question. And so the first step is to set a fixed schedule that is non-negotiable. So personally, I go to the gym every day, whether it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I'm a brown belt in, or I lift weights every day. It's one or the other. I am not sitting on my ass after work. Non-negotiable. Unless I'm extremely sick or, something big happens. But this is what you need to sit down on actual pen and paper and write out a structure of, at 6 p.m., I'll go to the gym every day. Okay? And then from there, you focus on an identity, not results. So you think, I'm going to go to the gym, and you go one day, right? I'm going to build a business. You try it for one day. Did I get bigger and stronger already, right? Did I make $1 million yet? No, okay? So you don't focus on the results immediately because you'll be very disappointed, okay? You focus on the identity, who you need to become in order to achieve these things. And so that is very psychological, difficult, because we all want things now, immediate, fast, low effort, but that is not how the world works. So you also need to get accustomed to tracking habits and not feelings. So my habits would be waking up at the same time every day, working on the same things every day, eating the same meals every day that are good for me, right? Filming YouTube every day, a million different things. And then what you notice about these habits is they sound kind of boring. You're doing the same shit every day, eating the same food, all these things is the same. It's like there is variation, right? Like I can go to this gym or that gym. I can eat this variation of meal or that one. But by and large, it's the same thing. You have to build it brick by brick. It's not, I'm gonna lay a brick here and then a steel beam here and then a piece of plywood here and maybe that'll build the structure, the building. No, it's tracking the habits, not the feelings. Okay, because if you remember from this emotion stuff, 60-70% of the time you're not going to feel like doing whatever it is. And then you want to eliminate decision fatigue. So you shouldn't be like, what am I eating today? I have no idea. Okay, for me, it's the same type of meal every day. Rice and ground beef, or something similar, a carb and a protein, okay? Easy. I already have that. Or I do the same workout splits, three times a week, or I rotate them, push, pull, legs, that type of thing. So you shouldn't be reinventing the wheel and like racking your brain like, what am I doing today? That's too much mental energy. That's a huge roadblock. That's going to stop you from actually even getting started in the first place, because you're going to expend so much mental energy and you're probably going to talk yourself out of doing whatever it is you need to do. So eliminate the decisions. It's already, nope, I'm already doing this. This is Monday, so it's chest day, or whatever it is. Stick to the same thing. And then finally, you just have to trust the process, and you need to enjoy the journey. So a lot of people want the results. They want the amazing body, the great business, the relationships, whatever it is. But that's what they want. They don't actually enjoy the huge amount of work and sacrifice it takes to get there. So if you kind of train your mind to enjoy the process of doing these things more almost than the actual result. Like, I enjoy working out because it feels good, right? I don't even necessarily in the beginning cared how I looked or even how strong I was. So like, I just like this because it feels good. It feels like progress, okay? So you need to replace motivation with discipline, and you need to have an actual structure of that kind of discipline cycle, and then you need to be patient, okay? That's not on the board, but it takes months to see results in the gym. It takes years to build a business or a career, and it could take a lifetime to get to, the end goal, whatever that might be. So click this video appearing on your screen, and I'll see you in the next one.